Hey everybody, Brian and Karen here. Hold on, let me see if I can get some of this. We got a little issues going on right here. Let's see, 1 second. Hold on, guys. Hope you guys are doing great. Having a great day.
A great Sunday, great weekend.
Yes. Hold on 1 minute. Let's see. Give me 1 minute, y'all. All right, hold on, make no adjustments. Here we go. All right, looks a little better. Got a little fade on the side, but that's cool. How y'all doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to our retreat show. This is the show where we talk about everything that's going on at a retreat. Give you guys a sneak peek. Oh, Jocelyn's on, cool. Give you a sneak peek of what's going to happen at the retreat.
The retreat in Destin at the beach, October the 11th through the 16th.
Yes. It's going to be an amazing retreat. We're excited about it.
The best ever.
Yeah, it's going to be the best ever. So the retreat is December 11th.
No, October.
October. What did I say?
December.
Maybe you're supposed to plan one in December. October 11th through the 16th in Destin. We are going to have a ball on the beach, and we have some of our presenters. A couple couldn't make it, but who we could get, they're on, and we're going to be talking about all things sacred sexuality.
And really only one is missing.
Yeah, only one is missing, Brion. But tell them what sacred sexuality is to us.
Ooh, well, sacred sexuality to us is that integration between sexuality and the sacred, our spirit, our soul. Too often in this culture, those two things have been separated, and they really, it's one energy field. There's no such thing as the spirit, spiritual energy, sexual energy. It's all energy, and it's all of who we are. So what we do is we bring those two things together at this retreat by way of, we have a whole array of healers, teachers, people who, Brian and I are life and relationship coaches. So people who can, we have somebody who's an RN, who has a wealth of medical knowledge.
We have two nurses.
Both Courtney and Jocelyn.
Yeah.
So a great deal of medical knowledge. So all of these things help people to heal and break through the blockages and those things that have kept them kind of bound up, feelings of shame, all of those things.
Yeah. So we're going to cue in our guests. We're going to get started, get popping. So y'all ready? Here we go.
So first, Courtney.
Hey. Can y'all hear us?
Yeah.
Yes. So y'all ready?
Hey, Courtney.
Hey, Riziki.
Hello. I can hear you very well.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. You cut out a little, but we can hear you.
So Courtney, just introduce yourself and give us a little bit of your background.
Okay, I am Courtney Garner. I'm an authentic tantra practitioner and Tibetan 5-element healer. So what that means is I teach people how to heal their bodies, how to heal physical ailments, how to heal trauma, sexual dysfunction, all that through tantra. And I help a lot of men with semen retention. So that's kind of my specialty, is coaching men on semen retention and how to bring their sexuality to that next level. What else should I tell you about me? I'm a nurse.
Cool. What are you going to talk about at the retreat? What's some of your workshops?
At the retreat, well, I'm going to be doing a live demo of the tantric lingam massage. healing
Okay.
massage, and also I'll be doing a live demo of a yoni somatic healing session. So
Nice.
that'll be really
Nice.
really amazing to share with you guys. Really step into my full element of healer. So I'm happy to share
Yeah.
that space with you.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you're the baby
Oh,
of the
the other
bunch.
thing I'll be doing.
You're the
Hmm?
first retreat for you, huh?
Yes, it is. I'm really
Yeah.
excited. A little like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna be there? But I know it's all gonna be good. I know I'm in great hands. There's beautiful
Yes.
people to meet. So I'm just looking forward to connecting with all these amazing people. Like everybody here is a healer. So I mean, us coming together is gonna be amazing.
Yes. And it always is. We're glad that you join us and you know, agree to be with us. It's going to be an amazing experience, and you're a great addition to the sacred sexuality movement, which you've always, you're, a tantra goddess, and you've been doing this and teaching it, and you do this full time. This is what you do. So appreciate you bringing your gifts and abilities and skills to our retreat. Thank you so much. We'll get back to you. Jocelyn.
Hi guys.
Hey,
Hi
hey,
ladies.
how are you? Turn off your anybody. Make sure your Facebook is turned off, or anything if you're watching it, because they're gonna get feedback. So just turn off your.
Me, I'm not watching it.
What's that now? Okay, good.
I said my Facebook.
Okay, cool. How's it going?
It's going beautiful. I just rushed in. Today's my brother's birthday. Happy birthday,
Oh,
brother.
hey, brother, happy
I
birthday!
rushed in.
Happy birthday.
And we had 95-degree weather in Jersey, so we had to take some advantage of this heat,
I
which
know
we're gonna
y'all
lose very much.
hotter up there than it is down here in Atlanta. It's crazy.
So tell us about
Yeah.
yourself, Jocelyn.
Well, I'm Jocelyn, Goddess Joss. I have been involved in some part of healing within myself and helping others for the past about 15 years now. Like Courtney, I'm also a nurse, registered nurse. I work in an emergency room, very, very busy life over there. And also my passion is teaching about sexuality, sexual health, being a sex advocate, teaching both men and women about how to better learn about their bodies, learn about disease, learn about harmony of sexuality, connecting in your relationships, and healing all our parts of ourselves. The holistic sexual education is my passion, and also relating. I'm a polyamorous woman. I've been in a polyamorous relationship for over 7 years now, and I have learned so much throughout my process. And I loved helping others just figure out their process and their experience, and that's part of what I will be teaching in the retreat. I'm super excited.
Cool.
You were a guest at one of our previous retreats, and now you're a presenter.
Yes, I loved it so much. It was such an amazing environment. All the people were it just becomes family. Truly does.
Yeah, and that's really what we've tried to create a safe space where people can come together and just let down their guard and know that they're safe, and that their yes and their no are respected. And so we're really excited to have you back, not only at the retreat, but this time as a presenter.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
See if we go.
Moving on to Kazembe.
Yeah, Zembe. What's going on, brother?
Hey, Brian. How are you?
Good, doing good. Cool. So you're
You just
returning.
celebrated your birthday.
Yes, and I'm still celebrating.
I know that's right. All month long, huh?
Absolutely. But thank you for acknowledging that. And everyone, peace and love to everyone who's watching now. And also, I'm really excited to be working with the practitioners. This new lineup. This will be my third time, and I'm really excited about it. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
And tell us a little bit about your background.
All right, so I'm originally from Portland, Oregon, and I've been studying and taking part in experientially metaphysics and various spiritual technologies for about 20 years. It became more formalized about 7 years ago, where I started studying Reiki, became a Reiki master teacher, and then a lot of other types of energy medicines, including also tantra. I studied an active type of tantra called Grand Trine. And also, I've been a Dom on and off for about 15 years. So what I'll be teaching at the retreat, so I guess I should first say that my name is Kazimbe / Lord Vesper. At the retreat, I will be Lord Vesper. That is my Dom name. And I will have a technique called synergetic BDSM, where I combine healing and BDSM. And I wanted to do that because with me, just the way that I am, intimacy and connection couched in love is very important. So for me, one thing that I kind of saw that was not in every setting, but in a lot of settings in regard to BDSM, there was something that was missing, which was the intimate connection, which was the support and the love, even in spite of the actions going on. So it's still an intense sort of thing, but you can still have healing and love and support and a connection and intimacy and that sort of state. So that's what I'm bringing to the retreat, and I'm really happy to bring it to the retreat. And when you have this sort of thing going on, when you're using energy in that fashion, you have breakthroughs. So the thing about BDSM, if it's done properly, is that it's actually shadow work. It really is shadow work. It can be fast tracked to some breakthroughs in terms of trauma, in terms of self-acceptance, in terms of courage, in terms of love and connection, the whole nine. So I'm really happy to bring that to the Sacred Sexuality Retreat again this year.
Yeah, hey, appreciate it. Riziki, the veteran.
Hello,
I
know. I'm like, I should have.
You breaking up a little. Not sure why.
Can you hear me?
That's better now.
Now we can.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll get closer.
Okay.
Yes. So how are you?
Good. Tell us about what you do and what you bring into the retreat.
Absolutely. So I'm Riziki Tafira. Welcome, beautiful people, and all of the beautiful presenters. I know all of you except Courtney, so it'll be an honor and a privilege to meet you as well. So I am a sidereal astrologer. I also am a Reiki practitioner. I'm also a practitioner of Grand Trine Active Tantra. And my focus in Tantra is, I've been experienced to, again, the erectile dysfunction, the emotional abuse, abandonment, even some physical ailments, and really just getting people in tune with their sexuality. And I too am starting to come more into sexual shadow work, as far as, working with people who aren't sure about these things that they're feeling within their bodies or their, sexual taste or whatever. And lastly, I'm a goddess, or AKA Yoni steam practitioner, where I also work with women who have fibroids, or they want to work with their, tightening their vaginal muscles, or just really doing a lot of spiritual work surrounded around womb cleaning, like fertility, and just removing negative imprints from men who haven't meant well in their lives, so yeah. That's what I do and what I'm bringing to the retreat. So I'm excited. Because this will be like a little ceremony. It's called the Sacred Energetic Exchange. So it is interactive, and I want to be able to take people through a journey of being able to understand how to utilize sexual energy without actually having to penetrate somebody. So I think it'll be a very experiential yet transformational experience. So I ask everybody to come with an open mind, an open heart, and know that this is a safe and sacred space. And like Kazimbe or Karen said, I'm a veteran there. This will be like my 4th time here. So, every time I've come, I myself have gotten better and better. And like Jocelyn, who first came as a guest and now as presenter, and I say this over and over, was first approached as a caterer and then became a presenter. And now I'm just like with the family. So, we wear many hats in the sacred Sexuality fam. So it's awesome.
Yes, it is. It is a family. All right. Last but definitely not least, brother Antonio, the base of the group.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, bro? You doing all right, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Stop playing.
So we can
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Just couldn't see you. Kind of halfway hidden by. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Cool.
How's everybody doing?
Doing good, man. Good to have you.
Nice. It's nice to see everybody again.
Okay, cool. All right. It cut out for a minute. Not sure what happened, but we're using internet.
Was it just me?
I think everyone cut out, but if you can back up probably like a minute and a half.
All right. So what did I leave off? What was
okay,
I?
Let's start from the beginning. They're saying they didn't hear anything, so just start from hello. No,
okay.
But basically, what you going to be bringing to the group?
Okay. Well, I'll be bringing the sexual enlightenment of the male, teaching the male how to kegel and the importance of kegling. Mixed in with that, I will be also letting everybody know how important it is to stay healthy while doing all these different types of energy work and tantric lifestyle and everything you're doing sexually. If you're not healthy, you're not maximizing on your breathing techniques. You're not maximizing on the energy exchange, and there are probably toxins you need to get out of your body so that your chakras can be cleared as well. I'll be letting people know the importance of a healthy lifestyle workout. Another thing I'll be bringing is the art of squirting, teaching how to allow the woman to squirt the correct way. And I will also be demonstrating a live yoni massage.
Okay.
And the importance of a yoni massage.
Okay.
This is like the third or fourth time for me. I think it's the fourth, isn't it?
It's the third time at the retreat.
It's the third.
And then you did the fourth.
Oh, that's right.
You had a show, the Sacred Sexuality Experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Valentine's Day show we did. You were there. So the fourth event for you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So and like Riziki said, every time it's a experience that you will never forget. So I'm really looking forward to it. And this is a good team that we're putting together. I love seeing people come together that's like-minded and trying to make everybody see the way that reality should be for them rather than how reality is told that it should be. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I'm excited about is that we have, all of you with so much experience and professional experience and, healers, real healers who have invested their life work in this and who have come to help people heal from trauma and help people heal from, when we say trauma, it doesn't necessarily have to be like sexual assault, though it can be. It can be, as Riziki said, from having had experiences with partners who didn't connect with them in the way or didn't touch them in the way that they needed to, and that created trauma. It could be a parent who, caused shame or being teased in school about their bodies. Trauma comes from so many sources, so each one of these healers in their own way can bring healing to those kinds of issues. So we're just really excited to have each of you.
Yeah, let's talk about that because we did have a guest that's coming or wanted to come ask about, are we going to be dealing with trauma? And it's something that people really don't, it's not the fun side of it, you know what I mean, I guess, but, I said we have someone that was asking, are we going to be dealing with trauma, past traumas, and we're saying that we do, that's what we do. And it's we have fun, we enjoy this stuff, but that's the serious work that really happens at the retreat. It's like a bug in here. So Courtney, tell us about your experience with trauma, how you help people with that, or how you help people with trauma. You're muted. Can't hear you, Courtney.
There we go. How about that?
Better.
Is that better?
Yeah.
100% better.
So I've actually been helping a lot of people with trauma lately around the area of sexual trauma, and not even specifically abuse, having, operations in their genital area, having somebody kick them there at a young age. So I'm dealing with a lot of that trauma trapped in the body that inhibits you from feeling pleasure, from feeling sensation. So a lot of disassociation. So what I do is I help my clients to connect with their body, and it's you have to be able to hold space for these things, right? Because coming back into the body, being present with your body and what the trauma that you dealt with, and holding on to, it's not always a pleasant thing. So as a healer, it's important to be able to hold space for those kind of releases and help that client process through their emotions, which could be very painful. It could be a painful experience to go through. Yeah. So that's what I've been lately. And also working on trauma that's just a part of our conditioning, right? Being in this society, having all this guilt and shame surrounded with our sexuality. Just a lot of people have guilt and shame just surrounded with self-pleasure, right? Not feeling the right to touch your own body. So a lot of that also, and just things that we have subconsciously allowed to rule our reality.
Yeah, that's good. Anybody else want to chime in on that trauma? While we're in the subject.
Mm-hmm.
I know Kazembe mentioned shadow work.
Go ahead, Riziki.
Oh.
That you thought of talking.
Yeah, I was going to say too with trauma. Yeah, so definitely in alignment with everything Courtney said, but I know too, no matter if it's the wife sending me the husband or the husband's coming without the wives knowing, there is a lot of unappreciativeness kind of energy floating around in relationships nowadays. And so this is really affecting our men, and also too emotionally, where you'll see like men who are trying to elevate and grow, but the wife isn't being supportive. So this is what I've been running a lot into, as well as, again, like I mentioned before with this sexual shadow work, how some people feel ashamed about what turns them on. Rather it be a man may not identify as a homosexual, but he's starting to feel a little bit attracted towards men, or going back to, these thoughts of being able to ejaculate towards things that society may feel like, oh, that's kind of sick, and this work is really exposing me to the issues that, our community and the world just goes through, but there's so much shame, people are afraid to come out and talk about it. And so I find myself coming into a space where I'm that person that can be in this dark behind closet and you share your skeletons too, because when we're not providing a space for that to happen, this is how sexual deviancy can come about, and also unhealthy associations with your genital or the opposite sex or even the same sex. So I'm really finding my enjoyment in that, because this is where a lot of the transformation happens, is getting through these dark things that are in the shadow, either overcoming it in a way to where you're transforming it, or reliving these traumatic situations and not crying about it anymore, not being emotionally distraught about it anymore. So trauma is definitely something I'm really, I love the happy stuff too, but trauma requires.
Well, I mean, the thing is, to get to the happy stuff, people have to work through those things. And a lot of what happens is people just repress it. They say, oh, well, I'm okay. That wasn't that bad. This terrible thing didn't happen to me. I know somebody else who, XYZ happened, so I'm good. And that with them throughout their lives, and they also don't realize that they're carrying it in their body as well. It's not just, a memory or something that they can repress, but it's stored literally in their body. And so
in yourself.
Exactly. So I know that a lot of the work that each of you actually, bring to the table is helping to clear those body memories.
Yeah. And if I can also interject here to support everything all three of y'all are saying. Thank you. Just as Courtney said, just as Riziki said, just as you were saying, Ken, You know, it's so important to hold that space. And what that space says, that's holding that space says, listen, you are in a safe space. You can release. The first thing I say when I meet with my clients to talk way before the session starts, to say, listen, outside of this session, we may feel that we have to be a certain way for certain reasons. That is what it is. But here, I want your truth. I want your rawness. I want who you are and who you want to be. All here, because if, just as Riziki was saying, if that person does not have the space to release that and live that, whether it's expunging something or whether it's cathartic or releasing whatever it is, it's going to, as everyone's saying here, it's going to be trapped in your body, and it's going to first show up as an energetic issue, a blockage, and then a mental one, and then an emotional one, and then a physical one. It will happen. So it's also about creating the space, saying, I accept all that you give me. I'm going to have you, we're going to be in a safe space here. You go through the process, but then at the end, which is big in terms of BDSM, there's the aftercare. Once these people release, they are weak. It's just as if you go to and you get a surgery. Before you get stronger, you're going to be weaker because something has been extracted. The organs and tissues have been cut into or moved, and it's got to heal. So that person is going to be temporarily weaker in various areas before they get stronger. So they need that support in the session and subsequent to the session to get them back to being stronger. They need that support. So that's also what we all do as well.
And that's one of the things that we offer at the retreat is private sessions. Each of you will be offering private sessions so that guests of the retreat can sign up for private sessions with each one of you at a special retreat price that's less than your normal price. And then you're also available after the retreat for follow-up care if they so desire. And I know all of you, there are people who don't necessarily live in the towns that you live in or the cities you live in, but I know a lot of you do work through Skype or FaceTime, things like that, because it's energy work.
Yeah, and you know, because MB, you brought up a few good points. One of them I want to touch on was about the time that's needed to recover from that, and that's why this retreat is here. It allows you to come to a place where you can get this work done, because we have to do this work. I mean, this is the work we have to do, and it sounds people, oh, I gotta do work. But if we're looking to elevate our lives, to go to another level, to really achieve what we want to achieve in our life, because a blockage anywhere is a blockage everywhere. So if we have a blockage somewhere,
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Look, that's my original quote. Anybody's trying to get paid?
That's
my Brion Craig original right there,
y'all.
Say it again, Brion. Say it again.
A blockage anywhere is a blockage everywhere. So we think sometimes we can work on this and not touch this, like Ezekiel's talking about. I'm not going to touch this area right here. But the reality is, if the blockage is there, nothing can flow. It's just like if the pipes in our home. If there's a blockage, in the it's not going to flow throughout the house. So we have to understand that this house needs to be, worked on. It needs to be lovingly cared for, and that's what we have at the retreat. This loving environment where you can come and be cared for, and as things come up, you have space you can retreat to and just say, I need time. I need to let this, work through. Healers from around the country, from California, from Jersey, someone, so we have people coming from all over to help create the safe space for you. So that's what this retreat is about. We have fun, we play, we laugh, but this is life work. This is what.
And now it's going to be on the beach. Oh my gosh! Like, we already had enough fun at the house, but now it's going to be a beach. And people, we were like, why is she so hyped? Like, y'all don't understand. I've seen Brion and Karen come from, it's kind of like started from the bottom, now we're here, but they didn't start at the bottom. But they started at the house, and then the more it keeps going, I'm just like, y'all don't understand. I'm so proud. And then all the manifestation, remember, we was like, we want y'all to get like y'all mansion and land and stuff like that. And even though it's still coming, it's still coming, but bendy.
The way our
You know what I'm
account is set
saying?
up.
But the retreat is in a
the
mansion,
way-
you know. That was our vision, to have a retreat in a mansion.
At
you
the
know?
beach.
Exactly. And so it's
awesome.
that we haven't gotten to that part yet. We're talking about the
Okay,
spiritual world.
I don't want to give too much.
No, it's good stuff. Good interjection, you know. But yeah, it's on the beach, and that's an amazing beach. I don't know if any of you have ever been to Destin. It's an amazing beach, amazing location.
It's the Emerald Coast.
The Emerald Coast,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, because I'm kind of a beachaholic. So when we went, I had
But it's
never.
beautiful for the kind of work we're doing. Water is very
Yeah.
sacred to this kind of
Exactly.
spiritual. So the fact that we're near it, I mean, it's gonna be some emotions
Yeah, we'll
in
be
there.
doing yoga on the beach and meditation on the beach and just lying around on the beach, you know, just splashing around in the water.
And Courtney's a beach bum. She's at the beach every day looking at the sunset. So so
I mean, I'm ready to go today.
I know, what time is it, right? But you know, it's a great location. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to show you, since we're talking about the retreat and the beach, so we're going to give you a sneak peek of where we're going to be on the beach, the home we're going to be at, and we'll be back in a few minutes. All right. So see y'all soon. Hello, everybody. Brian and Karen here in beautiful Destin, Florida.
Guess what we're doing? We're here to check out the retreat property, check out the private beach. It has private beach access.
Yes.
We just finished touring the retreat site. We'll show you a little bit of it. I'm personally overwhelmed. I mean, we knew it was spectacular. We've seen the pictures, we've seen 3Ds, we've seen everything, and seeing it
in
up
person,
close and personal.
the energy of the house, the rooms, the attention to detail is just amazing. This is going to be the most amazing retreat, and we're not just saying that. Just being here is.
Yeah, we're like, okay, how can we express?
We can't
to them
express
like what it is they're going to be receiving, and
we put as many pictures up as we could, videos, but I'm telling you, it doesn't do it justice how beautiful this property is. We're literally right across. It's hard to even say across the street, but we have to cross the street. But I'll show you. But the beach is right behind us. But here's a private walkway, and there's the property right over there. So you want to walk and talk?
sure.
All right. But the beach is amazing. The weather is great. We talked to the property managers, and they told us that the weather in October is amazing. It says the best time of year to come. You would think it'd be cold or cool, but it said the water's great.
They said the water's calm and warm.
Yeah. Pick up your step, please.
I was following you.
Oh, you follow my lead? Okay.
Exactly.
I guess I'm leading. My fault. I guess I wasn't walking fast enough.
No, not your usual.
Oh, look at the beach in the background, y'all. Isn't that amazing? Man. We're actually going to go back to the beach now. We're hungry. We need to grab something really quick and get back to the beach. It is beautiful. It was sunny out earlier. Started raining a little bit. And now the sky is clear, as you can see.
We're about to arrange with the concierge for all of the excursions and dinner cruise and
cruise,
like that.
Renting a pontoon boat and going out on the ocean.
There's a boat dock, like a 52-foot boat yacht dock at the house.
Yeah. Ready, baby?
Yeah.
So we're going to have fun. We're going to relax. We're going to just heal. We're going to play. We have a theater room. We're going to watch movies. We're going to go in the pool, the heated pool. There's a jacuzzi. Man. Man, when is this retreat again?
I know, right?
We need this retreat to come like ASAP. But retreat, if you haven't heard, is October the 11th through the 16th, called the Art of Sacred Sexuality Retreat, our beach retreat.
In Destin, Florida.
Destin, Florida. It's going to be really, 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 really amazing. Ain't she beautiful? Isn't she lovely? So very, very, very nice neighborhood. People are very nice. I met a few people. Met somebody actually from Georgia, live around the corner from where we live.
Yeah, small world.
Yeah, small world. Balconies everywhere. The views from the balcony to the beach is just stunning. Just stunning. Give you a 360 view. Beach right there. Beach access, private beach access. Need a code to get to the beach. It's really beautiful, y'all. Gotta come to this retreat. If you're ready, for your life to literally be changed and transformed, this is the place to be. It's not a sales pitch, I'm telling you. Gotta be here.
Yeah, I'm almost speechless. And as Brian can tell you, that doesn't happen very often.
So yeah, you already know.
Can't wait to see you in October.
Yes. See y'all soon. We love you all. Bye. Say bye, baby.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Hey, we are back. We are back. Everybody still here?
Yep.
All right. So that is the Destin retreat, a little promo video. We went down a few months ago and just toured the house, and I'm not going to repeat everything in the video, but it was simply just
Beautiful.
the most amazing experience ever, and we can't wait. We know our intention, as we said, is, it's always been to create a safe space, to create a place where we can, just, heal. It's just an amazing thing, and we overwhelmed every time a retreat ends, and we hear the testimonies, and and the way their lives have been changed. We're just completely in awe. So we're excited.
Yeah, it inspired me to quit my job. I quit my job. I was like, I left that retreat. I tell y'all this every time. I could not leave these retreats and go back to this regular behind job. And sure enough, I was motivated to quit. And I quit. Haven't worked for anybody ever since. So I'm grateful. I'm telling y'all, these retreats are powerful. I can't.
So talk about it. I want to talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's tell them.
It's like I feel like I'm repeating myself, because it's like at your retreat, I remember when Jay worked on me on the floor, right? It was such this, energy thing going on, and mind you, I'm there talking about what I was talking about. I forgot. I think it was like sex magic or something like that. But then I remember my first energy session when Dre worked on me, and I'm all like, crying and all the stuff on the floor. And then I'm like, wow, I want to get into energy healing. And so then I start that journey. The next retreat comes. And because mind you, I'm already doing astrology. I can find people's problems, but I'm not able to help them with solutions, right? So again, going to that retreat, it exposed me to things to see, not only the talent in myself, but what else I can add to make me better. And then I don't know if it was the second or third retreat, but then I found out I made an awesome dominatrix because Brother Kazembe comes there, and I broke the paddle. I think the paddle, the handle is still there somewhere, but it was awesome.
Still got the broken paddle.
Still got the broken paddle. The third, I can't even remember.
They took a picture of it. They took a picture.
Yeah, took a picture of it. And so it's like every time you leave discovering something new about yourself, and I look at it as a new power I could exercise in the world, So like, even though I'm not an official dominatrix, but now I can kind of incorporate that into my little intimacy, So yeah, I got a little better at banging and I'm excited. Thanks, Karen and Brian.
But I want to talk about you a little
Oh,
bit.
and then, the other one, Antonio, exposed my whole vagina to the when he did a yoni massage thing, a yoni massage demo. But again, that was something that broke a barrier for me. You know, like, I mean, I can't explain it, so I'm not.
Yeah,
right,
she was Antonio's model for the his workshop, and it was a great and people just hypersexualize, you know, the body and the way that he taught us how to heal and how to heal, you know, heal the woman.
Well, I mean, what? Yeah, like what he.
Can you hear? He's saying something. You there?
I can hear.
Oh, yeah. So
I'm there, but I think my screen is delayed or something.
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not sure how you guys.
Okay, log out, and log back in. Because I don't know how you.
All right.
But I'll explain why he does that. But you're absolutely right. It definitely was a demonstration on how yoni massage can not only connect man and woman together, but also the things that can be brought up in a woman when you go through this process. Because I remember I started crying, you know, like, and mind you, I'm there also as a presenter, right? And I'm in this healing space, and I know I heal people, but this also showed people that healers need healing too, right? So when I'm on this table and, you know, he's working on me and stuff like that, and I'm just, I didn't expect those things to come up, but it did. So that also created an awareness like, wow, you know, there's something I need to work through. And that in turn made me a better healer. So again, like, everybody benefits, not just as a guest, but as a presenter as well. Like, presenters benefit from it. So I'm all for coming.
And
not
couples, like, you know, Antonio's work helps to teach men how to heal their women. So, for example, women hold a lot of stress, tension, issues in their pelvis. So doing the work that Antonio does, he teaches how to, you know, actually relieve or release those issues from the tissues, you know, from the pelvis, and also their meridians, you know, energy channels that run through the pelvis, just like the spine and every other area of the body. But that's an area that's so often neglected. If you go for a regular massage, I mean, you know, they're going to wrap you up and really just kind of do your arms, legs, back, and, you know, your whole torso, which is where all of your body organs are, all your vital organs, that's all ignored. So the work he does is to help, you know, release those issues for women and to teach men how to do that. Yeah. So it's really valuable work.
Can I interject really quick?
Sure can. You do still with the.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can
you hear me? Okay, cool. I was going to say, it is very important to heal. That is I would say the first step. But I also wanted to let everybody know that there is a pleasure portion as well. So you don't have to feel like, you know, we're only dealing with trauma. We're also dealing with, I would say, sexual reflexology, where we're teaching people how to get out of having accidental orgasms. When I say accidental orgasm, meaning that you stumbled onto a nice spot and you were pleased and you had an orgasm, but you couldn't repeat it the next night because it was accidental. So we're teaching people where these spots are, where these locations are, and how to touch those locations, and when you should touch them and when you shouldn't touch them, and you know, and that's important because most of the sexual knowledge we have does not come from reliable sources in this country, at least. You know,
AKA
most of the sexual. Yes, porn. Porn is our best teacher. You know, porn and our own experiences. You
Not
know,
our best teacher, but.
Well, I didn't mean that seriously. You know, but you know that's what we have. You know, until we meet people like us, who actually have, you know, the information needed, the science that's behind sexuality, the science behind the actual sexual act. You know, the fact that certain positions can help with certain ailments that you have. Most people don't know that, you know. Yeah. So, you know, we're dealing with healing through sexuality as well, you know, and the pleasure of sexuality too, you know. Don't want to leave out the pleasure parts.
No,
you
no,
know?
don't want to do that. I think it's like
Absolutely,
gonna come there and be whipped to death. You know, like y'all gonna heal. You know, no, we have it's a play. We have fun. Heal, come out. No, it ain't like that. No,
Heal right now.
we have a ball. It's amazing. Jonathan, someone asked a question. You know, I know you talked about being poly. I know you're going to be talking about relationship models at the retreat, right? So expound on that, because some people are curious about it. You know, just I guess a short. I know you're going to be talking about it in detail at the retreat, but you know, just about the different relationship models and how you became poly and things like that. Just in a minute or so.
Yeah, it's like
I know.
2 hours worth of questions.
I know.
Before I get to that question, thank you. I just wanted to definitely, you know, agree with what everyone's saying. What sexual education we have has been like, what I learned in school was either to be abstinent or how to prevent disease, STDs, and how to put a condom on or not get pregnant. That was
Kind of faded out. It's faded out a little bit. So maybe you could talk closer into it. I'm not sure why. It's real like candy a little bit. Not sure. Let's try again. It's getting worse. Yeah, I don't know what. I'm not sure what it is. Okay.
Try to log out and log back in.
I know that's always seemed to work, right? You want to do that?
Log out and log back
Wait,
in.
say it again. Sound like you were getting better. No, I don't know why it's bad. Yeah, you want to try to log back in? I do want to hear what you have to say. Okay, so she's gonna log back in. So, Courtney, you've been quiet over there on the West Coast.
Well, we haven't talked about what we're gonna be teaching.
Oh, wow, yeah, we got some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
So,
Yeah,
You don't hear me now?
I want to know.
We can't hear you now, Jocelyn. Say it again. Go talk. Jocelyn. Jocelyn, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, much better. Everybody's like, yeah, okay, go ahead.
So what I wanted to share was, you know, what we learn in school is basically how we send our children and how we were sent out into the world was basically what we were taught was one, abstinence, which obviously doesn't happen. Otherwise, none of us would be here, right?
Turn off your, mute your, I think your computer, or your tablet, whatever you're using, because it has a little feedback on it. Just turn the speaker off or something.
Oh, I don't have my
anything
speaker
on?
off.
Okay, I just had a feedback. Okay, keep going.
You know, so abstinence was one of the things that we were taught in school. Obviously, we're all here, so that didn't work for our parents. It didn't work for our grandparents, and it's obviously not working for the teenagers that I see pregnant into the emergency room every day, right? Secondly is STD prevention, how to condom and how to not get pregnant. Those are the only ways that we're learning in this era, still in 2017. So what brought that, like, you know, that just kind of made no sense to me. As a healer, as a nurse, it was like there has to be something that can change. And I think we're all here because we believe that there's more to sexuality than just, you know, not getting pregnant, putting on and, you know, preventing STDs. I think that sexuality, the way that it was taught, you know, centuries ago, is what we're trying to get back to, where it's empowered, it's a spiritual practice, it's a healing practice, but also has a lot of pleasure involved, right?
Right.
So yeah, so I'm really excited to be sharing with everyone about that. But to get back to your question about
Appreciate you sharing
polyamory,
that. Thank you for that. That was important. Thank you for sharing that, dude.
to get back to that, my husband and I have been polyamorous for now 7 years. He was who brought up the question. And of course, there was like, of course the man's going to bring up the question about polyamory. But in reality, I think I had created that and manifested that already. in my subconscious, because I always, even as a child, I always wondered, why couldn't we love more than one person? I had a crush on more than one boy at school, or I always question about why is it that we have this setup of, monogamous behavior where nothing that you do, like finding more than one person attractive, anything like that, is viewed as something that's negative. So I think that when he brought it forward, I had already kind of been thinking about it. So I was not necessarily like, oh, of course you want to have more than one woman. Now, when he brought that forward and I said to him, well, if you're going to have a girlfriend, can I have a boyfriend? And that placed him in a spot of like, oh, okay, well, why, if I want somebody else to love, why shouldn't my wife be able to love more than one person? So that just embarked us in a journey of discovery, of respecting each other and being very vulnerable about our experiences. Through 7 years, I've had relationships. He's had relationships. We're very open and honest about our life, and everyone that we are involved with knows about each other. So in bringing your curiosity to polyamory or any type of other relationship style outside of monogamy, it's just basically about stepping within yourself and understanding that it's acceptable to explore what else is available. Being vulnerable with yourself and being honest with yourself. And there are people like you out there. You're not alone. We thought we were going to be in so much issues finding people like us. And, I've met some amazing individuals and throughout this process. And it's just been a life-changing experience. I don't think monogamy will ever be the right step for me, but I don't always necessarily have to be attached to someone else. And it's not just about having sex with a lot of people, to be honest. It's about, building together. It's about communication. It's about respect. It's about intimacy beyond the sex and just relationships. Everything that you grow with one relationship, when you add polyamory to it, you're growing more than one aspect of your life.
That's cool. Thank you so much for sharing that. I mean, I think you definitely shed a light on it. And polyamory is not for everyone, is it?
No, it's not. No. I completely agree, but however, if your style is monogamy, there are also things that, you can learn from things that polyamorous people have experienced. So allow to be vulnerable and honest in your relationship, completely vulnerable and honest without having to hide anything, and fully be accepted in your relationship. So instead of having a blaming or, type of relationship, or somebody that's not going to be listening to your needs, wants, and desires, how can you approach that relationship or your partner in a monogamous relationship and be still vulnerable and happy and just be able to fulfill all those needs that are wanted?
Awesome. Thank you.
It sounds like what you're talking about, Jocelyn, is what I call radical honesty. And that's being radically honest first with yourself, like being connected with yourself and knowing what you want, knowing what you don't want, and being able to articulate that to your partner. So it doesn't mean necessarily either party doing something outside of their own relationship, but it opens the relationship to communication and honesty about what each person really wants and how they're really feeling. Whereas, a lot of couples kind of walk around cloaked, even with one another. They don't really express to one another what their own fantasies are, what their thoughts are, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And then too, it goes towards dysfunction. That's why your work is important. Like, there's couples who want to have these conversations, but they don't know how to bring it out. And then both men and women, like you said, being honest with yourself. And I know there's going to be people coming to this retreat, no matter if you're single or a couple, who you may need to have this conversation, but it's like, how do I bring it out? Who do I go to? a lot of people try this life and they don't understand, you know, I guess I don't want to say proper order, right? But you like, there's a certain way you conduct yourself in this kind of lifestyle. And I think what gives it a bad name is when people aren't open and honest, like you were talking about. And it just gives it all a bad picture. So
yeah, good stuff. Thank y'all for sharing that. We'll talk a little what we're going to be doing.
Antonio mentioned pleasure. So what we're going to be talking about, Brian and I, our workshop is going to be on owning your pleasure. And so what that means is we're going to be teaching how to, and we're going to be teaching both, walking you through exercises, and also, just talking about and showing you how to first identify what it is you want. What feels good to you. And a lot of times couples don't even go through working through with themselves or in the relationship what feels good, what kind of touch feels good. And we're going to also talk about vocabulary, that people don't even have the vocabulary to express what they're feeling or what they would like. I always say that I'm feeling some kind of way isn't adequate.
That's true.
That you have.
It's a great segue.
Get out your feelings. Get out your feelings.
I know.
Exactly.
What feelings?
Right. So, we're going to actually be talking about vocabulary. If I touch Brian, that he can actually articulate what that touch feels like to him, whether it feels nurturing, whether it feels arousing, whether it feels stimulating. How does that touch feel, and being able to ask for what you want, whether, just saying slower, faster, harder, softer, that's a start. But so many more ways to express precisely what you want. And even singles can do this work, because a lot of people, if they don't have a partner, they don't really know how to get in touch with their own desires and their own needs and what feels good to them and how to even express it to themselves. So
yeah, so that's what we're going to be teaching on, and a lot more. But I did want to, we're about time we end. I got a couple more minutes, but I want to end with Kazembe. I want you to just kind of share, if you had to talk to that person that's on the fence, is thinking about coming to the retreat, and maybe a little nervous or, apprehensive, what would you say to them to tell them that this is for them?
Well, thank you for asking me. I would tell that person that for them to think about, what they really want to do in their lives, and how often they are honest about what they really want, and how often they go for exactly what they want. Just how much do they really practice that authentic happiness from day to day. And I want them to think about